mad at you.
Yeah, it says it will begin in 7 minutes.
What?
Yeah, right here.
See? What the hell is going on here?
One watch 11 minute premiere. Well, that's me. Yeah, that's me.
Hold on. Why is it doing that? They doing something new.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, hey, Shalom Akim. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
Yahawah is who the world normally calls God. Yahawashi is his son, who the world normally calls Jesus Christ, and there's no God beside him. I want to give double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops, GreatMillStone, or GMS for short, for being faithful witnesses to the Holy Spirit. And shalom to the elect, and the Most High given ears to hear. All right, so hey man, it's a lot of hell, pain coming into this world, you know. And if you don't see it, you're gonna feel it, you know, because what's happening now is the devil is in scripture stated wicked plotted against the just, you know, and we basically it's that scripture out of wicked plotted against the just, you know, and all these particular end time scenarios that this devil's been playing out, starting off with what happened in 2020, all right, going into these different train derailments, all right, it's all the devil really is the Lord. All right, really it's Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, bringing these plagues and these pestilences upon the world. All right.
Psalms chapter 37, verse 12. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth.
Right, so that's Esau gnashing upon us with his teeth. Another thing that's happening, which is so much happening, is I want to say, who is it, Nancy Pelosi or who said that basically they should, you know, we should do something about them free thinkers. I want to say it was Nancy Pelosi or what did Donald Trump said something about like
Bring back the guillotine.
bring back the guillotine. You know, so they want to bring back the guillotine upon free thinkers, man. You know, because they gotta Esau knowing that he had but a short time, he gotta, you know what I'm saying, he gotta push this, you know, and he gotta get the people on board with it. You know, as much as possible, really.
Well, the guy Kyle Slobbs mentioned recently, brothers, I don't know if it was a part of the Davos or maybe a forum before that, but he mentioned that he said, you know, basically you're supposed to just listen to the mind control. You know, you're supposed to listen to the mind control and take your orders. You know? Roughly paraphrasing his words, you gotta watch the clip. But he basically said you gotta listen to them. You know, which is, he represents the World Economic Forum, WEF. You know, they speak on behalf of your world leaders.
You know? There's too much truth going out, man. So even the so-called conspiracy theorists, it's looking like, you know what I'm saying, someone you should listen to at this moment. As we've been going into that incident in Ohio, there's no coincidence that a movie came out in the exact same place, what, a few months before? All right, so why would we listen to knowing what you getting ready to bring, man? Somebody can grab Psalms 36 and 1.
Right here. So Psalm 36 and 1, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, the servant of Yahawah. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, that there is no fear of the Most High before his eyes. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit.
Right? So, and then Esau, he can't see defeat, he can't even hear defeat, like it says in Wisdom of Solomon 2. You know what I'm saying? Let us basically do away with them, man, because actually somebody can grab that Wisdom of Solomon 2 and it started at like 10. You know? Because this devil is gonna push. No matter how much he sees it's not working, he's still gonna push for this NWO, man.
This was in Solomon chapter 2, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man, let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Man. It says, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Right, so that's him flattering himself in his own eyes, man. You know, he's beating on his own chest, man. You know, he's that king sitting in his chair, you know, saying that, you know, this is going to come to pass, this is going to come to pass. He's got to get rid of the naysayers, you know, the people that got a mind or a head on their shoulders. Like the brother said, you know, who's that? He said, Kyle Slav said that?
Yeah, Kyle Slav mentioned in one of his forums that you need to listen to them. You know, I can't speak word for word what he said, but his message was, because it's all about the message. His message was you need to listen to them and get on board. He said by the top, by the year, I forgot what year he said, but he said soon we're gonna all be transhumans. You know, he said basically he's gonna be able to feel you because they're gonna be able to read your mind. See, transhumanism is something a part of their fourth industrial revolution. That means that you're gonna have to take the sea hit, you know, because they're gonna have the technology to receive the data that's what's going on within your body, like your heartbeat, your calorie intake, you know. And he wants to even know your thoughts, you know. And even at the forum, they had the woman, I don't know her name, but she showed like a small cartoon, an idea of the future. And in that cartoon, she showed that little cartoon she showed, you know, basically your boss is going to be able to read your mind. Put it like that.
Yeah, so that's reading, that's Esau flattering himself in his own eyes. But, you know, I was looking up that word flattering. It says to divide, share, a portion to assign. You know, so basically he's like forcing himself on the people. You know, and like the brother just showed me, it was the UN chief that said basically we gotta do something about these free thinkers, man. You know, so it's all or nothing at this point. You know, which is also what's that scripture in Job where it says how all the wicked to come against them.
Oh, come on, Job 20.
Yeah, basically like how all the laborers.
Yeah.
You know, because people are seeing the wickedness. You know, people are seeing the devil for who he is now. You know, it's gonna be over there in I want to say I think it's Chile. You know, all across the world there's different riots. It was run in Paris, the Yellow Vest protest that's been going on for a few years now. There's different riots because people are seeing the wicked for who he is. You know, and there's different articles where the devil saying CBDC is coming whether you like it or not. Why do they have to put it that way? Because a lot of people is writing articles and they speaking their mind on these different social media platforms against it. You know, so they're gonna force it on you, man. Again, going into him flattering himself, him pushing himself on you, all right, until his iniquity be found to be hateful.
Yeah, because the scriptures talk about also Esau being exposed, the son of perdition, being revealed in his time, and he's not fair. You know, he don't take a loss well, and he's gonna have it his way according to him. So this is what's gonna prove the scriptures with him coming down having great wrath, man. Because if he can't get his way and he's losing on the info wars, he's losing on behalf of people standing up and resisting his agenda, he's gonna come with brute force. All right, it's prophesied. He's gonna come with brute force, man.
And that's what happened. It came out to where over there in Turkey, I want to say it was Poland, but you know Turkey's one of the a part of NATO. So Turkey, they want to sign off. I want to say Poland, they don't want to allow them into the EU or one of them countries over there. So that's what happened. That's why Esau brought that huge earthquake.
Yeah.
Like going into what the brother's saying, if you don't go by what he assigns, you know, it's death upon you.
Yeah, and you check out that earthquake, man. Somebody took a drone and they kind of filmed the earthquake. They filmed it from miles, man. The earth cracked open, even down in Waham, in Africa. You got the earthquake happening where you got the ground literally broken apart. You can't just hop over the crack. It's distance apart. So people got to travel and try to maneuver around the shit. It's cracks in the earth, you know. And what they say about 37,000 people died over there. 37,000 people, man. You know.
Giving out tickets over there. I don't know if you know this parked over there.
They get my ticket what?
Yeah, on this side.
Yeah, right hand side.
On the left hand side.
Yeah, because you know you gotta see on this. Yeah.
Psalms, chapter 73, I started on verse 5. It says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than heart could wish. So yeah, man, so the white man, that's his nature, man. He's the vessel of the sun. Violence covereth him as a garment. And so he doesn't, it's like he doesn't feel nothing, man, to destroy different nations, just so that he can get more resources, obtain more resources. If you don't play by his name, man, he destroys countries, man. He sets up puppet leaders, you know, just to get his damn way. And now ultimately he wants to see him, the masses of all the people, man. But guess what? He's not going to get his way again, because Yahawashi, and what the world literally called UFOs, he's going to return in the UFO, right? Which is the chariots of the Lord, and he's going to pretty much stop his enterprise, man. Stop that from happening. It says, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. Yeah, they're the, like I said, they're the vessel of the sun, man. They don't know what to do with themselves, man. Their eyes death. So they want more and more. Now they want to be a God over the people, man. Just enjoy yourself. Right? You have everything, man. You have rulership of the kingdom. The scripture says the earth is given, or the Lord giveth the earth unto whom he will. So you have the whole earth in your possession. What do? You ultimately have that continual stroke upon the people. But even that's not enough, man.
Yeah, and it shows you, like, even in this that one show you on Netflix, like, you got certain people that's so rich, you know, they can have whatever they want, that what gives them pleasure is seeing pain of other people. And that's the devil, right? But I got something to just add to the brother. This is Psalms chapter 5, verse 6. Thou shalt destroy them that speak decent, the Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful men. Right? So Yahawah BaHaSham Yahawashi will abhor, meaning hate or avoid the bloody and deceitful men. Alright? It speaks about how the wicked shall not live out half their days. Alright? So Esau is drawing nearer. The more wicked he is, the closer he is to his own destruction. Alright? You know, it's coming to the fact that I was thinking of the other day. There's no other solution but to destroy this. There's no other solution but to set this place on fire, man. Yahawah BaHaSham Yahawashi has to set this place on fire. When you see that big, it looked like a mushroom cloud over there in Ohio at this point, man. You know, the water's now contaminated. All right, so the water's contaminated. You know, the food and the livestock got to be contaminated with the water. All right, it seeps into the ground. And then now you have contaminated vegetation, man. So this place, however way you want to look at it, it has to be destroyed. Like the scriptures say, unless the Most High has shortened days, there should no flesh be saved.
I got to preach that real quick. Going back to Esau's nature when he doesn't have his way. It's going back to Cain. This is Genesis chapter 4. Genesis chapter 4, I'm going to start verse 3. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance failed. Now, I looked up the word wroth. The etymology, it says literally tormented, twisted. It says evil. It says cruel, to turn, been rare, obsolete. It says, yeah, pretty much say evil. And I'm keep going. It says, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance falling? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted?
Right, and that's the thing. Even when you go to the prophets, the reason why the Lord why he hates us, because we're like a mirror to his wickedness. When he saw Abel, it's like, man, I can't be like him, so I might as well take him out.
You ever see like those movies where you have like a woman looking up to a mirror, and then you got the other side of the mirror, it's the like the evil side of them, and they're like, mimicking each other, shit like that. It's like that. It says, and if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Verse 8, it says, and Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. And then you go like this, because he couldn't have his way. And going back to what your brother said, you know, once Esau can't capture with his media, or he just go his way, now he's coming with the sword now. That's his blessing. And remember, Cain used weapons.
Remember what Trump said? Trump, when he was in office, he mentioned, he said, I forgot how he said it, but he said, basically, if you don't, what did he say?
Prophet to doom?
No, he said, if you don't remember the past, I will remind you or something like that. He was basically talking to Jake, like you better remember remember the history. Something he said, a few words. But you know what he was alluding to.
Yeah, what he's trying to bring back out now, which is the guillotines and the firing squads and all of that, man.
That's why we gotta go back to that. We're gonna go back to that wisdom of Solomon too.
Yeah, I still got that.
Let's say, let's examine it. We taught you.
Right. Okay. This is Luke 12 and 15. It says, and he said unto them, this is Yahawashi, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of things which he possesseth. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits. And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater.
Let's say Psalm 49, his inward thought is that the house shall continue forever. You know? So he's going to pull down his barns. I would most time made perfect in what? Elon Musk said, in order to to counteract these AIs, we got to integrate ourselves with them, man. And he was even saying how that's going to give him actually 120 years, some shit like that. You know? So that's Esau right now. That's his mind frame, this new technology.
The scripture say, I think it's in Malachi, they shall build, but I will throw down. It says, and he said, this will I do. I will pour down my barns and build greater. And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thou ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But the Most High said unto him, thou fool, this night thou soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasures for himself and is not rich toward the Most High.
And what it's saying that Ecclesiastes 2 and 26, the Lord answers that question. That's going to be for the righteous, man. The wicked's going to lay up things for the righteous. All that gold he's laying up, like it said in James 5, that's going to be for us, man. You know? So, hey, either way Esau looked at it, you know, he's working for us. You know?
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and 1. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn, ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. It says, for power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels. Because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged the right, nor kept the law, nor walked in the counsels of the Most High. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. Hey, so, you know, based off these scriptures here, right? Esau sits in high places, man. So the Lord said he's going to search out your works, man. Right? Because really, we know that in the spirit, the Lord gave this kingdom to who? Esau. This is his time to rule. You know, he had that blessing to live by the sword and have the fatness of the earth. So right now, Esau is ruling the world. Right? So let's read it again. Verse 4. Because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged the right, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsels of the Most High. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. For mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but mighty men shall be mightily tormented. For he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness, for he hath made the small and great and care for all alike. But a sore trial shall come upon the mighty. And right now, he is the mighty, man. And especially their military. You know, all of their military. You know, Russia, China, they showing how bad their military is. I don't know about what brother showed me. Where they had, I think I seen it on, I think a brother posted it. Moab, they out there training in the snow, in the cold, you know, in the cold water. You know, they training with Russia, man. You know, they got them techniques and secrets, man. So they ready for war, man. And then you look at the Russian soldiers, you already know they bad, man. You know? So they the mighty. You know? And the Lord, guess what? Yahawashi is also a man of war. He's a man of war. He's gonna take you up on that battlefield.
They show kids in China in the elementary school taking apart guns at their desk and putting them back together.
Word. I seen one guy had his son do it. He said in school. Like,
In the school, in the classroom.
There's a bunch of them. Like,
I'm like, yo.
Isaiah chapter 10, verse 16. Therefore shall the Lord of hosts, send among his fat ones leanness, and under his glory he shall kindle a burning like the burning of a fire. You know, those that fat ones, leanness is coming, and you're gonna what? Lose all those riches that they have. Right? It says, and under his glory he shall kindle a burning like the burning of a fire, and the light of Israel shall be for a fire, and his Holy One for a flame, and it shall burn and devour his thorns and his briars in one day. So ultimately, these Edomites on the high, they're going to lose their kingdom. They're going to lose their glory and everything that they have. Right? They're going into ultimately slavery to build a power.
Now, hey, you already say like, we're going into the, it's going to go from the trial to the, to the judgment. Now, if you go into that word trial, this is a formal examination of evidence before a judge, and typically before a jury, in order to declare guilt in a case of criminal or civil proceedings. You know, and the fact that this devil plans on seeing for the people, you know, that's going to be a witness against him. You know, the fact that, you know, he's still constantly killing on Jake to this very day, that's a witness against him. Like he's going into Genesis. He's going into Genesis, the 4th chapter, and what? It speaks about how the blood of Abel cried unto the Lord. It speaks about how the blood of Abel cried unto the Lord. Before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, he said, what? Let us go down and see whether the cry be great, man. You know, so when the Lord comes back, he's going to see how this devil attempting to see hit the people, how the scriptures speak about how some of us, you know, is going to be beheaded. The Most High is going to come back and see all that, and that's going to be his ass, man. He's going to be found guilty with the knife, you know, the knife over the Lord's elect, so to speak.
I got that. This is Job chapter 20, and I started verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Yep, it's going into the laborers, man. Every hand of the laborers is going to be against him, man. That's why he's going to come down having great wrath, man. All right.
It says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
And you know the thing is, it's like, you know how Esau's going to overeat, you know, so he ended up vomiting all the riches and everything that he has, man. Instead of just taking, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know how you watch the game shows, you're doing good, just take that and eat, man. Esau will gamble whatever, you know, gamble, try to get everything he can. And then he's going to lose. He's going to lose more than what he came with.
Yeah, because what he has now is more than enough. But what he's looking for now is to see him. So that's why that scripture say, read it again. Because like you're right, huh? Like he want more than he can chew on.
Right.
And what happens with snakes when they bite on more than they can chew?
Oh yeah, they stop.
They die too.
Yeah.
They die because they can't breathe anymore.
Yeah, they
Or
slow
they have
down.
to regurgitate it back up. And he's compared to what? A snake.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? Yeah, because it's what you just said in that same chapter talks about Esau taking on that venom, that poison, and dying from it. So
Right.
it's crazy.
But read that again.
At the
Because
top.
what he's doing now is really unnecessary. But this is his way to achieve God's status. And his way to poke his thumbs, as they dude in the interview said they want to stick their thumb in God's face. They want to make the Most High a liar, man. See, they're playing with a great terror, a great power. And the Most High is terrible. He said, oh, man. See, that's why it's man, when the scriptures say the Lord hates Esau, we understand why. We understand why. And when the Lord brings devastation upon him, we're not going to feel sorry. Because why? We feel the way the Most High feels. We feel the way Yahawashi feels, man. You know? But go ahead, man.
The fact that you have an atheist who's also a Mo speaking up for you, that says a lot, man. That dude's a fucking Mo, man, and an atheist. And an implied.
See, this is how we know this is his last straw. Because what he's doing now is really going after the Most High. He's really, going after the Lord because now he wants to turn you into a transhuman. So this is his last straw. And we know the Most High is not a liar, and we know that his word is true. So if he will get away with this, and we will go into this world, this utopia, what they call, and we all become transhuman, we become some advanced human race or whatever the case may be, this will make the Most High a liar. So we understand that, look, the Lord is going to have to do something. All right? But go ahead, read that.
I can start at 15?
Yeah.
All right, it
Yes,
says
sir,
14. All right, 14. All right, this is Job 20 verse 14. It says, yet his meat and his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asps within him.
And when like, let's say you get scared. Let's say you in the world and you've done some wickedness and the police come and they pulling you over. You know how you sitting there and you start swallowing. You start feeling it in your stomach.
Weed on me, man.
It starts to turn in your stomach. Like you're so scared, like, oh man. Hoping you can get out of this. Well, you gonna feel that way. Go ahead,
It says, he hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
Which goes back to what you brought out about the trial. He's gonna be taken to trial. Well, go ahead,
It says, the Most High shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter, that which he labored for, shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down.
Right, which is the abundance of the resources, man. The pleasures of life, which the Lord going to give us in abundance.
Can I get that for you?
Go ahead.
Proverbs 28 and verse 8. He that by usury and unjust gain increases his substance, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor.
See that? See that, man? So yeah, man. Go ahead,
It says, according to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein.
Yeah, he's not going to rejoice when the tables get turned. We know when the tables get turned and it don't go in his way, he becomes like a spoiled brat. He's like this child with no father. He acts crazy. Look at their sons, man. When they take their video game away from him, what he do? He'll trash his whole room. He'll smash the dresser, break the TV, curse his mama out, tell his dad F you. He'll go into a tantrum.
Shoot, that's what he
So
did
we know
with.
the nature of Eve, man.
That's what he did with. That's what Esau did when Jacob got the birthright. He said, "What about me? Bless me." Jacob, isn't his name rightly called Jacob?
You know they have that distinctive voice. That Edomite has a distinctive voice when he cries.
Yeah.
Like a real life Chucky.
Yo.
Let's go.
Shit. He's like a real life Chucky doll, bro. Like when they try to put away the Chucky doll, he went crazy and shit. That's E right now being put away, and he's going loose and shit.
You don't take losses well. He's so loose. Go ahead,
It says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away a house which he built it not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired.
Yeah, he desires to save this. See, they want the D word, you know, the Georgia Guidestones. And they want to get it down to a minimum to where they can control you. And they can actually put in that C-hip, and now they can actually control your body. They can control whether women will have babies or not. They want to have this power, man. You know, so they really want to downsize and then build back and have control. They want to put you in 15-minute cities, man. You know, they want to put all the people, all of the Edomites that's also in the suburbs. They want to put them into a city, and they want to put those suburbs as forbidden zones, man. You know, go ahead.
It says, there shall none of his meat be left. There shall no man look for his goods. In his fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
Which is difficult. He's going to be in difficulty because his plan is not going to work accordingly. See, go ahead.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Just imagine it's like think about it, it's like they're watching robbery movies, and it's like they all get away and shit, and then they like a round table and shit, and then it's like the lead guy or whatever just sitting there, and out of nowhere it was all they laughing thinking they got away, and then the fucking FBI just busted in and takes them, man. That's how the Lord's gonna do these stuff. That's the think about it, the possible kind of thing in images. That's how I kind of think of it.
And the Lord said it himself. He said he come like a thief in the night.
And we go into with that James New chapter. I like when we was in Belshazzar, he was speaking about how he was feasting and all those that all those vassal kingdoms. He had all his all his cohorts and his men with him. And then that's when the writing was on the wall. It goes into like I'll grab it real quick. It says, this is the writing that is written, meaning to call a parson. Alright, it says, meaning, God hath numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Hell, thou weights and the balances and are found wanting. That's what the brother was reading, right? He's found wanting, man. He's weighed, both sides of weight, judgment, and trial. Alright, now, judgment comes.
And like how you said, you made that example of the movie. You have that TV show, I Almost Got Away with It. It's a great show, too. And then they'll be like years go by, man. And then they'll beat up on their new girlfriend or something. Then they'll get arrested. And then they do his fingerprints. And they say, his fingerprints matching the crime from like 10 fucking years ago. And that's when they say, I almost got away with it. So that's how BaHaSham is going to come and get you. So he's going to think he almost got away with it.
Yeah, and then you're going to come back as your children. You're going to serve slavery. Because you make me think of something. A lot of these Edomites, they will admit what they've done 30, 40 years ago, but this is when they on their way out. They're already about to go see the Lord. Now you want to tell the truth on their deathbed. Well, guess what? The Lord going to raise you back up through your children, man. Yeah. All right? And then you're going to be brought into captivity, man. So you're not getting away with punishment. The Lord he got something good coming, man.
No matter what, man. What Qadash says, there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. So no matter how you spice it, all the old one is gone. Thus saith the Lord. You believe in the Bible now?
Last verse, it says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
When he's about to fill his belly is when he's fulfilling that MOTB, man. When he's fulfilling that MOTB, and everyone in the world is taking it and giving life to the image of the beast, the system. Because that's when he's eating. That's when he's feeling success. That's when he's feeling good, man. He might eat some steak, some mashed potatoes, string beans, or whatever, and it's good, fresh, hot, cooked. The stomach is getting good. You got your feet relaxed. Then the Lord's going to come upon them, man.
That World War III, man, I think of it like you got MOTB, World War III, you know what I'm saying? They racing side by side. MOTB is going to get ahead. You got a World War III catching up to you, man. Like, that goes to show you too how, like, he says, Revelation 13, how he calls them all, but it's going to come to a point to where these other nations, Esau going to do some foul shit to them. to get the whole world under that heat wave, man. You know? So then that World War III, nuclear missiles will have to come and set things straight. Which Yahawashi is coming with, and the angels.
Yeah, going back to the Georgia Guidestones, the world that this devil could control because he's an inferior power, he's just trying to be like the Most High, is according to the Georgia Guidestones, the first command or whatever they wrote, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Now, with these devils, with the earth given into their hands, they've destroyed nature in the world for so much that it doesn't even yield its proper fruit. So they have to bring down the population to a number that they can control. That's why there's such a number of billions that they want to wipe out, so he can fulfill his God seed. He needs to keep around the ones that are going to be obedient, the ones that aren't going to stir up shit. You know, so that goes hand in hand with the judgment that's coming upon the earth. That this devil, being the sick, the devil that he is, he has a vision of wiping out most of the Israelites because he knows the word as the sands of the sea. So it's mostly taking out the Israelites that he wants to do, so he could control the ones left. He could be their demigod.
And you know, it's important to understand the lesson we did yesterday, based on yesterday, whatever. But based on Yahawashi, he said, my sheep hear my voice. He said, I know them and they follow me. And then when you go to John 17, our Lord Yahawashi explains that these men were given to Yahawashi by the Father. He said, you can't even pluck them out of my hand, and neither the Father's hand. So these Edomites, what they plan on doing is coming after the Lord's chosen. That's what they're doing now, and they want to eliminate that connection that the Father has with them. But here it is, the Father have made, matter of fact, what are the scriptures in the Apocrypha? They fuss up great. Just bring it out real quick.
Yeah, they're the target, man. This devil, what he's doing, even with his jab campaigns, is trying to single out who are these men? Who are these men spoken of that got this kind of faith? Let me target them, let me figure them out, let me see how I can single them out, and I'm going to wipe them off the earth. That's what he thinks he can do.
Okay, 2nd Edges chapter 9, verse 20. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were coming to it.
Yes, all of these different devices, man. And especially the major devices we see here. That's the miracle. It's going to change the world. That's going to give them the power to be the Most High, man. Because they can get the data from you, and they can go and look at it on the computer, and they can control you as if they is the Most High. That's why the scriptures say they want to sit in the temple of the Most High. They want to be as though they is the Most High, man. But they're not going to achieve that. All right? Because for one, the Lord already promised his people. Let's not forget, what's that in Deuteronomy? The Lord said he has made a special people unto himself. And you special people is the Israelites, not your Edomites. You know? So so go ahead.
This is one right here. Verse 21. And I saw and spirited greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people.
See, he said he spared it greatly. What the scripture say about Jacob's trouble? He said he shall be saved out of it. And through all this turmoil, all this hell that's coming, who the Lord is going to save? He's going to save Jacob. He's going to save his elect, man. The scriptures say the righteous shall scarcely be saved. So the prophet's going to be shook too. Especially when the earth is shaking and nuclear missiles are coming. What you going to do? You know, especially, hey, shit, you got to defend yourself. They got choppers. I was thinking the other day, just meditating on the end in the scriptures, that when this thing break out, man, just imagine. You got wars going on. You got the Air Force wars. They fighting in the heavens. They fighting within on the feet, soldiers on the ground. And then fighting in the ocean. So you know everywhere you turn is war. You know, they ain't never been. You know, World War III is the war that end all wars, which is Armageddon, man. You know, so you think about it, the Lord having all this coming at one time, and then when he comes, yeah. So think about that, man. You know, you got war on the ground, you gotta survive, you got soldiers, you got all that, you got war. Shit, just alone, the war in the heavens with them going back and forth with airplanes, man.
Shit gonna be falling off the sky.
Yeah, that's already gonna have you shook. And then if you try to hit the waters, this war going on up there. Where you going?
Where you sailing to? Where you safe at?
Neighbor against neighbor, so it's going on in the neighborhood.
Right.
Damn.
Even the beast gonna turn evil out
The
here.
beast
Right.
and the forest.
Some birds.
Hey, another thing too. Hey, the Lord allowing these devils. The Lord allowing these devils to, use that heart. And they opening up the earth. A lot of things that might be being released right now. You know, a lot of things that's in the dark. The Lord bring forth now because it's the end. It's time, man. You know, just to say, you know.
About presentation, so I'm trying to be like this. Is
Second Maccabees, chapter 9 and verse 12. And this is talking, Antiochus Epiphanes said this. He says, and when he himself could not abide his own smell, he said these words, it is meet to be subject unto Yahawah, that a man that is mortal do not proudly think of himself as if he were God. He's talking to blind men. Even Antiochus Epiphanes said, it's not me that a man that's mortal subject. Let me read it one time. And when he himself could not abide his own smell, he said these words, it is meet to be subject unto Yahawah, and that a man that is mortal does not proudly think of himself as if he were God. So it's not his mind.
That show you Esau in the same like mind, thinking that he's a god. When the scriptures say, "Why is earth and ashes proud?" That's one thing the Most High hates. It's a man with pride. He's supposed to be humble, man. He's supposed to be respectful and humble. King Solomon had a peaceful roof. He didn't learn from King Solomon. He was very humble, man. King Solomon asked the Lord for wisdom because King Solomon's mindset was, how do I serve the Lord's people the right way according to you, Lord? According to you. Give me the wisdom so that I can judge them. Give me the wisdom so I can judge them righteously. And the Lord gave him everything. He was humble. And obviously we know in his spirit, Yahawashi.
We got a quick one. Luke 14 and 11. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. That goes back to the preset where, the first will be last, the last will be first. Well, we're at the bottom. The elect at the bottom of everyone. The elect come after the family dog, after the pet, the rats, everything, So they're going to be first. And these devils, the ones sitting in that principal seat, that the so-called Godhead of this earth, they're going to be abased. They're going to be put thrown into pits, according to the scriptures.
This is Isaiah chapter 14 and 12. How art thou fallen, O heaven? How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken nations?
Exactly. So who else weakened the nation? Who else went around wiping out whole societies? Bringing even the Israelites almost to the brink of extinction. The tribe of Ephraim down to triple-digit numbers. That was this devil. So now that's why he's going to come back to him. He's going to be brought low because since his sins reached unto the heaven, his head's literally touched the clouds. He's not going to be brought down violently.
And that Lucifer is not talking about the temple, which the world calls Satan. He's actually talking about the light bearers, those who hold light, which is the illuminated ones on the left-hand side, the counterpart of Satan, which is Esau. Because we know that he rules the earth. So it's actually talking about these Edomites now. So it says, verse 13, for thou, it says, verse 13, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregations in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
No other nation, none of these other heathen nations have done that on the level that Esau's done it, to paint himself as the Most High, to say that he is the son of the Most High, that he is the son of the Most High, that all the disciples and the Lord's men all look like him. Angels look like baby crackers and shit. That was him. Nobody else did that shit.
Yeah, he blasphemy. It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Also, to add to the brother, what is he doing? He's sending up more satellites, man. More eyes, man. Elon Musk got this idea that they want to have the elites. You know, they want to have these satellites orbiting around the Earth to where they can actually have this sort of godlike power, where they can actually, I don't know how to explain it, but it's going to give them more power. You know, it's going to give them more of, to help out 5G. I gotta watch it.
And 42,000 satellites.
Yeah,
they got the okay for it too.
Yeah. So it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And what is Elon Musk talking about too? Let's not forget, he's talking about getting to Mars, man. All right, having this sort of travel back and forth from Earth to Mars, and how you say the word? Colonizing.
Colonizing.
Yeah, Mars, man. All right, and they want to send people back and forth. They want to send resources and all that, man. So they want to send above the heights of the cloud. They think they're going to be some type of space travel.
So you can destroy Mars too?
Yeah, they're going to go everywhere in the Lord's house, wherever they want. The Lord said, earth is my footstool, heaven is my throne.
Come on, bro.
So out there in the universe is the Lord's house. Besides, you know, the fourth dimension where he rests. But out there is infinity. You know, even the subscription of Redacted, the news channel, they was laughing, man. You gotta watch them, man. It's a good news. They were laughing at E when he basically now, oh man, I gotta find it. I forgot the title of the video. But they basically talking about the space force. They're wearing uniforms and all that, and the Redacted on the news channel, they were laughing like, y'all really wearing shirts like y'all really doing this? Y'all not they have me rolling, man, because they can see it. Like, this is bullshit.
It is bullshit.
You know, these guys really thinking they're going to be, you know, up in the heavens and going to Star Wars. You're not never doing that, man. Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek, man.
Like the Will Smith Independence Day and shit. Got the mask on, got to go up in there.
You're gonna punch an angel in the face.
Yeah.
That's how they say, oh, now you cross the line and shit. Like, the scriptures talk about that there's bounds that he cannot cross. So this devil's really filling himself too much and crossing lines he's not supposed to.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna make the Most High bring wrath on him.
Yeah, and also too, with all this alien talk, this is it, man. Yeah, that's the last, you know, one of the last things they're gonna do in order to try to manipulate and control the masses of the people to go their way, man. They're pulling all the strings, man. Their last strings. You know, they've been holding back for a long time with this Project Blueprint shit, man. This might be the right time for them to do it. You know? But it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, and I will be like the Most High, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth and truth, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not his house of his prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house.
That's talking about after 1,000 years, after the nations going to slavery, you know, they're going to be good. They're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get to go back in their own land. But Esau, he's going to be done away with.
And just showing how critical the time to wake up is right now. Is with this technology, shit. Esau's gonna start doing some extraordinary things that's gonna fool Jake. Jake that's still asleep, they're gonna take this seat here quick, because you already hear certain co-workers talking about certain paraplegic family and shit, and then they're like, yo, but Elon Musk is talking about that Neuralink, that if they take it, they'll be able to walk. So they're already like, oh, yo, you know, that's a good thing, that's a good thing. Yo, even people that are blind, if they take that thing, they won't be able to. So Jake that's still asleep, man, they're gonna fall for it so easily right now. You know?
Yeah, that's a good point, because we mentioned earlier about the brother saying, let my sheep hear my voice, they hear me and follow me. Because remember, it's all about Esau's trickery. It's all about Esau's trickery, which is the wiles of the devil. But like you said before, the masses of the people are going to take on that trickery, like they did with the prelude. Everybody got tricked too, even though it was blatantly obvious what's going on. But what Yahawashi on Shai has, he had the comfort to know that this is not the way it was supposed to go. Well, we follow what's going on in the news. We see what's going on, listen to what brothers are talking about, happen in the future. And also Esau's own tongue is pretty much, going down upon himself. So he's exposing himself. We know what's going on, but these people are not watching. Neither they listen to the prophets. And so pretty much they're found their own downfall.
In a nutshell, if you can't hear the Lord's voice, you are fucked.
You're fucked
right now. It's part of my Middle Eastern friend.
So, Ecclesiastes chapter 10, I start at the top. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Ultimately the ruler of the city, of the whole earth right now is a so-called white man. So all those that dwell therein are except for those for elect. It's in a wicked mind frame. It's a selfish, greedy, as they even say, doggy dog run. Because that comes from Esau. He's greedy. He can never have enough. Right? He's a violent man. So look at the energy that pours down upon the vibrations of the earth. That even falls upon our people. It all goes back to Esau Edom. And the example that in the book of Kings, man. Whenever a righteous king came into power, the people would do righteousness. But whenever a wicked king came in, the whole nation would just do extremely wicked.
Yeah, and how the brother brought out last week, how the Pope himself, the holy man of the earth is saying for you to take that part. So saying how the scripture said, a wise judge will instruct his people, showing them they're not the wise judges, they're the devil, they're judges for Satan, because they're going to tell you to take this, that it's just a new way. So it's showing that if you can't wake up, you can't hear the Lord's voice, and you know whom you're learning from, you're going to be destroyed.
And Mr. Matthew too, look how Esau took the land by violence, rape, robbery, and murder, man. So that's why this land is not peaceful. See, the Lord, wasn't with them in a righteous way so that he can have peace. The Lord was doing the work. For one, he had to punish his people. For two, the Lord already written this from the beginning, and he was going to deliver his people a certain way. So that's why these things had to happen. See, Esau is the wicked, man. But that's why you would never have peace, because like you mentioned, the vibration of this devil, it trickles down to the people of the land. And that's why it's all about death, murder, robbery, straight this evilness to have success. What he was doing back in the day, man. They were robbing, stealing, and killing, man. Look how they took this land from the so-called Native American Indians, man. They broke all their peace treaties, man. They just wicked. So therefore, this place needs to be destroyed and cleansed. Matter of fact, it needs to be cleansed and purified, man. And the Lord has the right way, and he's going to do that, man. Purify it.
Even like Sims ultimately go back to Esau. When you look at like different movies or the politicians, how do they get them set up to do their will? They'll get something a prostitute, get a freaking strap on and pop Esau with it, and then take the picture in the middle. And they'll be like, all right, if you don't do this, such and that, we're gonna show everybody this. That's how Esau gets down, man. He's a simp weirdo. So now you got a whole bunch of simps, which is why they, Andrew Tate is hated, right? Because he's bringing, really the prophet Salaki first and foremost, okay? The Apostle Elders GreatMillStone down, who's been doing this, right? The Rawchaa escape video, been putting out the vibration to come back into your manhood, But then you got these other guys, the so-called red pill community, that's trying to, because the scriptures speak upon how the foundations of the earth are on a course. Right. So everything is like upside down, the woman ruling over the man. Right? That goes back to what Esau, freeing that up. Tiona says, verse 3, an unwise king, Ecclesiastes 10:3, an unwise king destroys his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
Yeah, the scriptures are not lying. An unwise king destroyed his people, man. He destroyed his own kingdom, just so he can build it better in another way, that he can have more control. Look at what just went out in 2020, man. Look at all these kill shots and people having these problems now. That was purposely done. Yeah. It's purposely done, man. For one thing. For you to perish.
You won't have the Edomites in that so-called Bible Belt turning down the see him too. That they know what the mark is even more than Jake, and they're gonna turn it down. And Esau's gonna be brutal with them too. He's gonna mow them all down because the goal is to keep only the obedient. The goyim is obedient. He's gonna do whatever he says. It's gonna take 10 to 100 fruit punches a year. All right, that this is what you got to do to keep your job. All right, and you got the suckers that'll comply. He got the list. He was able to run the survey through this campaign. You know that he did since 2019.
It says that they shall be hiding the riches because you go. That's why when you go throughout Revelation 13, 14, 15, 16. What does it say? Revelation 16. That those that take it shall be so poisoned. So you go into that. That's blood poisoning, man. That blood poisoning brings that also. You know what I mean? And this man don't stop being he don't stop being a man of blood, man, just because, you know what I'm saying, you took that seed, man. So the man of blood to the most outside part.
And in the curses, Deuteronomy 28 speaks about a consumption. And when you look into that word, one of the terms that comes up for consumption in the translation is lung disease. So you already saw that this devil, that's what he's trying to push for the next pandemic.
No, it's not.
So like in Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So that's the hopeful light, starting with Yahawashi. That's why it says the statue of Nebuchadnezzar, he came and he's going to swipe it at the feet. Because that's going to be the finalization. As it says in the book of Lamentations, we shall be no more carried away into captivity. So Yahawashi, beginning with Yahawashi, when Yahawah gives me that green light, you sit at my right hand so I make thy enemies thy footstool. Yahawashi and the hopeful elect who are joint heirs, we're going to be the ones that's profitable over the earth. Okay, why? Because we have the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahawah Shemashai. And then even when you, like the book of Deuteronomy, it speaks upon how the other nations, they're going to see the law, statutes, and commandments, they're going to see our way of life, and they're going to say, this is the wise and understanding people, you know, who have their power near unto them. So when we come to power, man, the earth is going to be, the scripture say the trees is going to rejoice, man. All right, so when we come into power, the earth is going to be at rest, man. It's going to be great peace and harmony once again. After the 1,000 years of false slavery upon new heathens. You got some a little bit more stuff. It says, in the hand of the Most High is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practices. Pride is hateful before the Most High and man, and by doth one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
That's exactly what's going to happen. See, pride is hateful before the Most High because man is not in control. You are not in control. Even if the Most High gave you the earth, you're not in control. He is. So be humble. You know, but he ain't humble, man. You know? But read that again.
It says, pride is hateful before the Most High and men, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Yeah, so fuck it up, G. Fuck it all up. Fuck it up, you know? Because by unrighteous dealings and by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to the other. So because of your wickedness, the Lord is going to lift from the power of the earth and the rule of the earth and give it to the rightfully ones, the righteous, which is his people, man. Starting with his son, Yahawashi, man. That's what I'm saying.
Real quick, because it said what? By pride and what else did I say?
Pride and command.
What scripture?
That's right.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Read it.
But yeah, you got it.
Rawchaa 10 and 7. Pride is hateful before Yahawah and men. By both doth one commit iniquity.
Right, so you say pride and what?
Pride is hateful before Yahawah and men.
Okay, so pride is hateful before the Most High and men. Because it's a certain spirit that creeps up on you and then read the rest of it.
And by both doth one commit iniquity.
Because things start to wander in your mind. You start thinking about shit that you ain't got no business thinking about. Once you start keeping in your mind, the spirit creeps up on you, Dad.
Or you're not mindful that you become a different person.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like you feel like you should have it your way. With no way at all, you know.
Verse 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
So what? It's the pride that starts to cause all of those type of things. What caused the first murder on the earth?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jealousy, but that pride comes in, like, you know what I mean? Like covetousness. Like, it's just a thought that comes out of, like, huh? That's what I'm saying, right? And the thoughts start to fester. You know what I mean? Because that's what Satan does. Satan plants that seed of wickedness in your mind, but it's up to you to check that thought. So when those thoughts come in your head, you got to be able to check that. So sometimes, you know how we talk, you might have a random thought in your head, like, what the fuck I'm thinking, like this, like that. You know what I mean? Like, and you don't know why this shit keep in your head, but it's just Satan trying to plant the seed. But it can grow if you keep dwelling on it and you let the shit manifest. It turns into pride, it turns into lust, it turns into envy. It can turn into so many different things, man. And with Esau, we know that pride let him get boiled over within him. Like, I gotta take all this shit down. Fuck everybody. I don't give what I gotta do. It's all mine. You know what I mean?
He's oozing with pride because he has the earth. He has everything the heart could wish for. These devils don't live according to how we live. They don't have to carry cash on them. They don't have to go to an ATM or a bank. They don't have to make consent with anything. They can just say, give me this. They have it, man. They can create it wherever they want. They can remove a whole city just for this family to go to a damn mall. Or whatever the case, whatever they want to do. But now that pride is oozing because now they want to be the Most High. They want to sit in the temple of the Most High, man. Now they want to act like they got the extraordinary power as a god, you know?
And they set it up by their laws. You know what I'm saying? Going into, I believe that's Psalms 94 and 20. Somebody grab that real quick, Psalms 94 and 20. You know what I mean? Because by their laws, they give themselves justification to do whatever it is they want to do. But they want to make it look legal in your eyes, but they knowing that they got treacherous plans behind that shit. You know what I mean? Somebody got it?
Oh, you got it?
Psalms 94:20. It says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law. Right, so we thinking that the laws is here to protect us, to protect our so-called freedom, so-called sovereignty and all this old bullshit, but it's really for them to have loopholes within the system because they have a very ambiguous language in which they speak. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you read all these bills, there's so many pages on a damn bill, and it's clouded with filibustering words that really don't mean nothing. Therefore, you can find a loophole in their laws. The Most High laws is straight and plain. Now, we know that we have grace according to the law, but the law is plain as day. You don't have to second guess about what thou shalt not commit adultery. It's no other alternative to that. It's just letting you know what it is. Thou shalt not steal. Everything is letting you know what it is. But their laws is ways to where, that's why when you get in the courtroom, what your lawyer is looking for loopholes to be able to get around the system, be able to get you off a case, man.
Yeah, real quick too, you know, just like them passing laws for hoes and transgenders, they expect that the mind control and the government expect that if they pass these laws, that society is okay. So you're breaking the law. If you even now they got it so bad to where you can't even use certain words. What the brother say? He said he was in the store.
I was in the store, and the cash register lady was like, "Sir, you can come over." He's like, "How do you know I go by sir?" Some freaking mo. He was a mo, by the way. Fucking mo.
The bro down.
And this is easy. So they pass these laws, and they expect that you're supposed to honor these laws, which you have to honor man's laws, but there's certain laws that are not right. See, your government is not God. And they're actually going against the scriptures because they have an agenda to control you in a certain way they want to, you know? So he, this is like, read that scripture again.
Psalm 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee,
Right?
which frameth mischief by a law?
Yeah, they frame it mischief by law. You know, here it is, they come up with a bill, and then if then once it passed, it's law, you gotta honor it. You basically going against their law. But guess what? Is it the law of the Most High? Is it the law of Yahawashi? No. So therefore, now it's division. So now, here it is, now you're gonna have to go through the straight king. Because are you gonna have fellowship with iniquity, or are you gonna serve Yahawashi and stand stiffly for his name? See, this is a wicked ass society, a wicked world we live in.
We're going against our nature. Now, what you're saying that we're going against our nature with the wicked laws. The wicked laws don't align with ours, so they don't even sit right. We're actually sinning by being obedient to most of these laws. Like working on the Sabbath, we're supposed to be put to death. What, is this devil going to let you honor your Sabbath? So you're showing that it's only through the grace of the Lord that we're even, still alive.
Verse 21. Going into what we're talking about.
Yeah, real quick,
It's Psalms 94:21, and it says they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge.
right? They say what? They gather themselves against the soul of the righteous. That lets you know that all of how the scriptures say, basically how all of the fiery darts of the wicked is basically pointed right at us, man. Every which way, shape, form, or fashion, you know what I mean? That darts is on us, man. You can't get around Esau's BS, man. Whether it comes to the food or it comes to clothes, fashion, different things. Everything that they have is all around us, man, surrounding us, man. You can't get around no BS from Esau. All this shit, respect my pronoun and all this whole other shit. Like, everything within the society is wicked as fuck, man. And if you really want to get, we already know that, the government and all that shit is wicked and everything, but if you really want to get a perfect picture of how the government get down, watch the show House of Cards on Netflix, man.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful show about politicians that show you how everything gets down when they sign these laws and how everything is, they use the term quid pro quo, meaning something for something. You do this for me and I'll do this for you. You help pass this law and then I'm gonna help get you in this cabinet seat, or I'm gonna help donate money to XYZ charity or whatever it is for you. You know what I mean? Or you need votes over here yesterday, well, I'm gonna do this for you. You whip these votes up and get these people together to be on my side, then I'm gonna do this for you in the long run, man. Everything is something for something, man. It ain't supposed to be like that, man. A law is supposed to be a law for a reason. You're not supposed to be able to manipulate things and bob people off with shit, man. Righteousness is righteousness and wickedness is wickedness, man.
Can I bring this out real quick? This goes exactly what Esau is doing right now. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and verse 4. If thou be his prophet, he will use thee. But if thou hast nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. If he had need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? And he will shame thee by his meats, and until he hath drawn thee dry twice or thrice. And at the last he will laugh thee to scorn afterward. When he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee. Just being like,
that's
dang,
exactly how it is.
that's
in the
exactly
House of
right.
Cards. That's exactly how it is in the House of Cards. And the main character in there, his name is Frank Underwood. And this,
Frank is that
crazy.
Nephew, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what he do. He fuck people over, man.
Right.
Every which way he can, he gets people over, man.
It's like you mentioned how in House of Cards, how you do this for me, I do this for you. That doesn't happen all the time in that show. It's usually, I'll promise you this, but at the end of the day, you still ain't gonna get it, nigga. I got what I want, and it just throw you away.
That's
what, yeah.
It goes back to them being wrong. When it was the seasons. They were fucking each other also.
Yep. That's all that show was, bro.
Water.
House of Cards,
Much
that
more to
shit.
us, he'll give us a crumb,
Yeah.
and he'll be like, you know what? Let me take that crumb back too.
I like
he'll
that.
even want the crumb with this devil, and that's what he's doing with the New World Order. The New World Order, we're already down to having shit. We got pennies. Well, we gotta already go to him for a little substance sometimes, for the jobs, for some welfare, so whatever it is. Just please give us crumbs. And now with the New World Order, it's even give me those crumbs.
They don't even want you to have your own thoughts. Put it like that. You can't have privacy of your own thoughts when it comes to this reglobalization, man. You know? I got something real quick. This is the book of Acts, because they never went to the sun. Right? This is the book of Acts, chapter 4 and 13. Now, when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled, and they looked, and they took knowledge of them, and they had been with Yahawashi. And beholding the man which was healed, standing with them, they could say nothing against him. But when they had commanded them to go aside out of the council, they conferred among themselves, saying, what shall we do to these men? For that indeed is notable miracle. For that indeed a notable miracle have been done by them is manifest to all them that dwell in Jerusalem, and we cannot deny it. But that it spread no further among the people, let us strictly threaten them that they speak henceforth to no man in this name. And they called them and commanded them not to speak at all, nor to teach in the name of Yahawashi. You know, so even back then they wanted you not to teach in the name of Yahawashi, man. You know, because they knew that the Yahawashi's fame, or acknowledgement of our Lord will over trump their way. That's why they even hated Yahawashi when he walked the earth.
Yes.
When he went against the wicked Pharisees and Sadducees. Not all the Pharisees were wicked, but those who went across and tried to come against them, they was afraid of Yahawashi's fame and what he was saying to be true, because it will overtrump what they had going on. Some of these Pharisees were hypocrites, man. You know, they would push the law on you, but then they wouldn't keep the law. Right. You know, they was doing underhand things, man. You know, getting over on Jake, man. But when Yahawashi came, he was disrupting all of that, because Yahawashi's the truth.
And you know what? Just like going back to Yahawashi's birth, when Mary went to Egypt. At that time, when King Herod was the king of the Jews at that time, but he was an Amalekite Edomite. Because of Yahawashi's birth coming about, people were mocking him. It says that in the scripture that he was mocking them, that the people were mocking him. So he said, "Fuck it, I can't let this shit go on." So he went on sending the order to start killing all the young children in Bethlehem at that time, because he was being mocked for the preaching of the coming of Yahawah, preaching of Yahawashi. That's the same thing we're doing right now. We're preaching that Yahawashi is coming. Now this devil is like, "Nah, I can't let this shit happen. You're mocking me, making fun of us, making fun of our shit. I can't let this shit slide." So now I gotta start suppressing down the word. Having down to where now they're gonna have to just kill the prophets, man. So
scriptures talk about coming upon those that fear the Lord.
Yeah.
Coming down like that.
Got it right here.
Go ahead, I got it.
This is 2 Ezra 16:70. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord."
Insurrection. Get a little beat off the insurrection. We'll look it up.
And how the brother said that there's nothing new under the sun. The same way it happened time and time again, it's going to happen now too. That's why this devil's working on wicked legislation to get the prophets off the corner. And when this word is withdrawn, that we can't come out no more, that's when you should be horribly afraid. Because we're in that next season, that now the word is being pulled away from you.
Yeah, and then too, when Trump mentioned about bringing back the guillotine, what did he say that for anyway? Who was he speaking that to? You know, what made him say that? You know?
Probably because of what Kanye did.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I got it right here. Insurrection is a violent uprising against an authority or government. That's what it means.
Yeah, read it again.
It says a violent uprising against an authority or government.
A violent uprising. So you got to look at the opposite. They're going to bring a great insurrection upon you, meaning they're going to send their troops to have a violent uprising against you. And we witnessed this. This is a few years ago. And I remember they had on YouTube. Remember the footage? People were standing in their homes. They saw military coming down the block, and they was telling people to get out their house and shit. That was a scary ass book. But that's the way they're gonna come. Violently, man. The military is not police officers, man. They're trained to murder you, man. And they don't sit there and go back and forth like a police officer would. They actually tell you to get down or lay down. You know? Or they're gonna beat the shit out of you right then and there. You're gonna get away with it. You know?
Yeah, martial law is not like civil law. If a soldier shoots you, they're not gonna bring him into court.
Right.
It's martial law. You were stirring up shit. You to move along quick enough. You got laid down.
Yeah,
That's all in the streets.
Elder Possible Barker is out. Martial law means warlike. You know, they basically seize property. And guess what? When martial law is declared, they seize all property. You own nothing. And guess what they own? They own you because you're property. This is why you have a birth certificate and security card, social security card. Because you're also property too, so they can come and seize you and do whatever they want if it's declared martial law, man. I think, isn't this how Trump allowed all this shit with the hoop and all this shit to go down because we was under what? Not martial law, but what was it? A state of emergency. There you go.
I got the quick definition. It's called the QSIP number. QSIP numbers consist of 9 characters, including letters and numbers, that uniquely identify a company or issuer and the type of financial instrument. So you're a financial instrument. There's literally, there's a number, there's a price tag on your birth certificate, on your social. You are indebted to yourself when you're born.
That's all. So Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 22. Let a cry be heard from their houses when thou shalt bring a troop suddenly upon them. For they have digged a pit to take me and hid snares for my feet. So yeah, going into that martial law, man. The troop going into them armies. They're gonna come in and ultimately take the people, bring them into the ultimately those sea camps. I remember during the C-19, was somebody that posted an old video. I think it was in like Oklahoma, how they passed a law to where, when that time comes, they're gonna be able to set up shop at highways too, and they're gonna have the buses right there waiting to take the people to those camps.
White buses.
Yep.
They said they
That's also why. Oh my bad. That's also why they're trying to outlaw gas cars and have everything just be electric cars, because then they'll be able to just pull you over on their own, like a remote control, pull you over by the damn by the side.
like what's that? Yeah, and they mentioned this a while back. Like the white buses, they're gonna split children up from the parents. They're gonna divide them and go to the education campus. You know, and they already have these lists. This is what Google plays for. You know, everybody has an email. They watch what you watch, so the algorithm can easily niche and match you in the category where you need to be. They're not doing handiwork. They use an algorithm and technology to actually match you into what category they want to put you in.
Job chapter 19, verse 12 says, his troops come together and raise up their way against me and encamp round about my tabernacle. So it's gonna go down. They're gonna come for the hope for life. Esau and his troops. Some of us is gonna be beheaded for this truth, but Yahawashi is gonna be with us at the same time. He said that he's gonna keep us from the hour of temptation. So as long as we give them to make our call election short, we're gonna get that victory over the beast, no matter what. And Esau's ass is going into captivity, man. Once Yahawashi crack those clouds, as the apostles say, and what the word we call UFOs, it's fucking over for y'all, man.
Mind you, Esau keep pushing that January 6th thing too, so that will show you like how he wants to keep that fear of so-called the next T attack, who's gonna bring it. Which we know he's gonna do it, but he's gonna push it on us.
Some brothers might gotta die. True. I'm gonna read this real quick. 1 Thessalonians 4:16. The Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, the voice of the archangel, and the trump of Yahawah, and the dead in the Mashiach shall rise first. We which are alive shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Therefore, comfort one
Mind
another.
mine?
with words.
Bring it back up.
It's 1 Thessalonians 4:16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahawah. The dead in the Mashiach shall rise first. The we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air.
So either whether you live or you die, still, man, if you are the Lord's elect, you're going to be taken up into that body, man. And I'll say this too, man. As you were speaking, I was thinking about Spartacus, man. You watch those ancient warrior movies. See, like the Lord put a spirit on certain men when they went to battle. You know, they wasn't thinking about, you know, the wife and children. They actually had a spirit on them to be as, we died in battle, we died. I'm thinking about Spartacus because it's a certain spirit you got to be in when it's war, man. You know? And when that time comes, you better know that, look, the Lord's going to have you in comfort, man. Even if you have to be the enemy. It's going to be done, man. The Lord is going to raise you right back up, man. See, a lot of us, majority of us, even I myself, we don't go through those extreme measures like that to actually feel that spirit, to exercise that spirit, man. Because brothers ain't warriors like in the ancient times. Now, some men may know how to UFC train and get into the fight. You know, some men get a taste of it. You know, certain brothers into UFC fight, wrestling, and they get in the ring and they really fight. You know, some brothers are boxers. You know, but really life and death, man. You know, that's something that you can actually see when the Esau make those movies and they reenact the moment. You gotta understand how these ancient men were. They were warriors for real. They were warriors for real. You know, and in the time of battle, you psyched up, man. Like when you play football, anybody played on a football team, when they get that shit going, you psyched up. Yo, let's go. You out here. And you get in it, you doing shit that you don't even notice that you're doing it. It's just reaction. You're running hard, spinning. It's like, damn, you know? So imagine in the day of battle, man, and the Lord increase your spirit, man. You know?
He shows that in the movie with Roddy Piper. What that called again? He had to put on the glasses.
I think that.
Yeah, they live. At first, the Jake dude, he's like, yo, I got a family, man. Don't bring me in this. But then when he saw that the shit was real, he actually had the glasses on. He was in it, man. All that I got a family shit was out of there. He, you know, he had the gun. He was going side by side with Roddy Piper, man. So once you in it, you in it, man. Like they say in the UK, in it.
Either way, the Lord says the comfort. Comfort is the word, man. Man, because I can't talk about it. It's just something that you have to feel. And it's what I know. I don't even put my mind into the scriptures to actually understand it, to actually see it. The Lord allow you to see it, man. Because when you think about it, in a time of a great destruction or a great fear, what happens is you stay calm, man. The Lord knows how to calm you down. He knows how to get your mind in the right order for what's coming. The Lord is preparing our minds now. This is a warning, man. So hopefully, while we giving the Lord's warning, may the Lord keep us safe. May the Lord help us get through it, man.
That's why one of the main reasons for the feminization of the man agenda. Because if every man is a whole, you know, there's not that threat of a revolution and shit. Right. That's why you see them doing examples of bug breaking, like every certain masculine example of within Israel or a Jake being a warrior, they gotta do a humiliation ritual right behind it. Like my man in the Creed movie, the villain, huge dude. They just throw him on
Oh, I did see that. That's him?
Yeah, look.
Oh, man.
Bro, huge dude, he's gonna be the villain, the one going up against Creed. And you know, and just because he had a masculine role and a masculine frame, a tough Jake, let's humiliate him, let's butt break him, right? That's one of your tough guys, Israel. Let me show you how I can put him in a dress. You know?
It's like psychology. Yeah, Esau's playing with psychology. He's playing on your mind, man. You know, Esau's using all sorts of weapons, man. You see, I can grab Isaiah 47. Because he's using witchcraft, he's using psychology, he's using influence, he's using so many weapons against him, man. You know, Jake don't really know. It's like really there's no chance for Jake to win. The only way you can win is through Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, man. You gotta repent and come back to the Lord, man. And let the Lord set his vision upon you, man. Because really, Jake ain't got a chance, man. Esau got too many weapons out here, man. Too many distractions, man. know, witchcraft, psychology, you know, manipulation, deceiving you, even, man. And then he make you worship idols, which is these celebrities today, you know, and you think that this is the way. This is not living. You going through the motions, man. Everybody, all these 2/3 of our people are set up for an image. They're not really living, it's an image. And now you got social media, so it's all about an image. People make money off of just an image, man. You know, Jake act like they doing well. You live right here in the hood. If you check a ninja or a Harley Facebook, every picture is like they doing it big. You know, you can get away with that shit. If you take a picture every time you went out to eat or got dressed, over time, those pictures add up. So when somebody check you out, they be like, oh, damn, nigga's getting it, he living. You took a picture when you went on vacation. You took a picture when you was out to eat. You took a picture when you got your hair cut. You took a picture with the new clothes. You took a picture with the woman. You took a picture with the bottle, the car. And you just add up. And then when you look at it, you're like, oh, nigga's doing this thing. All right.
City boys up.
That shit is an image. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit, man. You know, this world is a fucking illusion. It's an illusion, man. And you gotta snap out of it, man. So call halal Yahawashi, man. You got Isaiah 47?
Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come and sit down in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah, he is the modern day Chaldeans, man. Wise men. You know, and everything that they do, like I said, psychology, witchcraft, manipulation, you know, all the shit that they got going on. Man, but go ahead, huh?
It says, take the millstone and grind the mill, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
Yeah, meaning expose her. All right, the Lord is exposing this wicked bitch. All right, he's exposing this wicked woman. This place you call America, man. He's exposing these elites. You know, they no longer live in secrecy. You want to come out of the dark? Well, welcome to the light. BaHaSham, Yahawashi, man. Because that's what's happening. These elites want to come out of the dark. They want to have this power and come out of the dark. You know, they want to actually live. You know, because they all live in secrecy. So go ahead, huh?
It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, the same shall be seen.
Yeah, all this demonic, wicked witchcraft. Look at these celebrities. The award show. They was doing a ritual there and shit.
Yeah, that shit was demonic as hell.
Yeah, demonic. Every damn award show is a goddamn wicked ritual. You know, they praise Satan, man. They always got the red horns and all that. Satan ain't even red, man.
I mean,
it's like Satan. It's all red. They got this hell, demonic, old transformers, all this behavior, man. But go ahead, huh?
Good. It says, I will take vengeance.
Oh, and that's not even a shame. The shame is that these elites are getting exposed for all these sinister plans, man. And the shit that they plan on doing, like WEF, Cal Slides, they all pissed off and shit, trying to, you know, what they want to now mainly attack, they want to go after the disinformation they call it. Because it's people are waking up to the fact of your bullshit. You told the world what you plan on doing, and the world took heed. Well, I can't say the world, but a lot of people like Edomites in Europe, all around the world, people are sharing these videos and saying, hell no, TikToking, you know, Instagramming or whatever, and they see, and they seeing a response, man. You know, I watched that show, man. It was a movie that actually revealed like how they actually watch all the trending, everything. It's like they got that eye to see everything on levels to see where what's buzzing.
I think social dilemma.
Like what's buzzing. They know that if this is actually going viral in certain places, they checking out all that, man. You know, so they know that these people in the world is awoke to a degree. You know, they're awoke to their bullshit. Now everybody can tell you who the Illuminati is. Before they used to tease, they used to be like, what the hell is Illuminati? The rappers like
Lil Wayne,
not him,
fucking Nas, fucking Tupac.
Your man Pat. I hated that dude after that. He got up there in the interview and said they don't exist. That's some bullshit. And now today, they can tell you who the Illuminati is. Break it down to royal families, man. Going into the Rawchas and so on who run the world. Now people can tell you now. man, you got folks that I never thought that would mention the word Illuminati. Just throwing it out there like, yeah, you know, the Illuminati, they running the world. What the fuck? Oh, shit. Yo, they revealed. There's certain people I know, elderly and stuff, talking about it and going into it like, yeah, it's the end of the world. It's like, whoa, you talking like this? How you know this stuff, man? That's the Lord, man. The elderly, man, they ain't listening. They wasn't listening to that. Now they listening, man. Now they watching certain things and being informed. Some of them, a lot of
Most of them jakes, you know, they settle for sharing the water. That's it, the fight stopped. Okay. Now they're the same ones telling you, go ahead and take this jab, you know, like racism is over. Like these Edomites that used to lynch us and pull our balls out and shit and set us on fire. That they didn't have children and children, and the hate just went away, right?
It says, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
That's gonna be a beautiful thing. Yahawah come and take vengeance, man. He said he's not gonna meet you like a man. So all this shit they talking about, shooting down UFOs, you goddamn liar. Esau is a liar, man. You can't shoot a spirit, man. You can't shoot that type of power out the sky, man.
They tried to remember that a couple years ago. They united and just kept gliding through the bullets and all that.
Right, yeah. But now he is, you know, that's why you can see, you know, they going, hey, worst comes to worst, they gonna throw up there the alien invasion because they at their last straw. That's the last thing they end up prophesying. That's a lot of insiders said that. That's why I said got the information. They said the last thing they gonna do before the shade the fan is come up an alien invasion. And they talk about control the people. They're losing control. They're losing all this control, man. They're losing the people's mind.
It's all
And you got a diminished reputation. You know, you got a reputation of a small life used car salesman. You know, not to be trusted, man. You know, hey, brother mentioned earlier they want to go after the free thinkers. Oh yeah. You know? Now you can't think for free. You can't think for free. You got to go after the free thinkers. Think about it. I can't think for free. If I'm sitting here having a thought, I'm in trouble. I broke a law. I thought the Lord said, what comes out of a man defiles a man, not what's inside the man. I mean, you get wicked thoughts. You might, you know, like you said a long time ago, you might be standing, brother talking to you, think about punching with your conviction. Like, what's so wild? Like, yo, it's fucking stupid thoughts. I thought I was the only one. Stupid thoughts. You know?
Well, sometimes. Because sometimes the Spirit of the Lord. Maybe that brother needed that punching.
Yo, the Lord, man.
Hey, I'll just tell you the truth, man. Sometimes you get some dumbass thoughts sometimes, man. And you don't know why, but you, like you said earlier, you gotta check them. You check those thoughts. So now, according to me, if I get these thoughts about him, I'm in trouble. You're gonna lock me up. You know? Get the hell out of here, man.
Oh, I just caught that.
It says, verse 4, it says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, Yahawashi, and the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt be no more called the Lady of the Kingdoms.
Yeah, no longer called the Lady of the Kingdoms. America is slowly moving away from that. This ain't the pleasant place to be, man. At one point in time in the world, this is the best place to be. All these other countries leaving and coming here thinking they're going to be free. It's not a new life because where they living at is hard. You know, they can live an American life and be Americanized. Be a New Yorker, you know, they love going to New York. You know, that shit. But now, this place ain't the place. You got a lot of millionaires leaving this place because they see what's coming down the pipe. A lot of people are moving out of the country. You know?
Oh, keep going? Yeah. All right. It says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy.
Esau didn't show us no mercy, man. Even to this day, he's not showing mercy, man. Everything is against the Israelite man. He puts a woman over you, and the women don't even understand that these rights that they so-called have is just to destroy you because they want your children. You know, they know the mother gonna take the children, and now they can indoctrinate your children in these schools because you gotta work too. You know, And then these women are all this, all this talk on the YouTube. That shit fill my page up, man. All these platforms, the women, the men, the platforms, man. Yeah, the debates, yeah. These women just showing you how silly they are, man. Women are not leaders, man. They're not leaders. Every movie now, I'm watching Netflix, that movie, The Woman King.
Yeah.
I clicked and started watching. I said, oh, hell no. They were picking men up. Strong hand like this.
I ain't gonna watch it.
But hey, they Jake,
I don't know if you seen like the new Vogue cover with Rihanna on the front of the Vogue cover, and she's walking in the front.
I seen that.
And A$AP Rocky is behind her, holding her hand and holding the baby,
Kissing the
showing
baby.
that the woman is leading the household. You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit.
That's that psychology, man. That's that way they push it on you, man. What Brother Shaw, he ain't here, but he always talk about the future clip. Looking at television, they get you in these movies, man. I'm telling you, everything is about an image. We start training you on how you see, man.
This is Psalms chapter 73, verse 20. As a dream when one awakens, so, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image.
That's good.
I was gonna say, like, basically, as Esau's image is that of the Antichrist, man. The anti-Messiah, man. Everything he does is against what Yahawashi says, man. Yahawashi says go right, he go left.
And the Antichrist is many Antichrists. All right? Anti just means against. So if you're against the scriptures, you're against Yahawashi. You got Muslims, they don't believe that Yahawashi is the Messiah. They are part of the Antichrist. Because you got these Christians are always coming in contact with, and they always keep talking about some Antichrist, man. It's not one man that's coming and going to deceive the world. The man is Esau, and he already deceived you. All right? Anyone who's against Yahawashi is an Antichrist, man. The scriptures say there's many Antichrists. So get that stupid shit out your head, man.
Even all you so-called Christians that says that the Lord loves every damn thing, that's an antichrist statement. That's against the anointed. To say that he's with the ways of the wicked, that he loves everybody, that he could be completely wicked and perverse, and he's still all love, that's anti-Messiah.
Good precept. So James chapter 2 verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy. And mercy rejoiceth against judgment.
So it sucks to be an Edomite. The Lord judged it. That's another thing, man. The Lord is going. When the Lord finally judge the wicked, you are in trouble, man. Right now, the wicked is winning. Esau himself, he's winning. But it's going to come a day when the Lord is going to really judge the wicked. It's going to be all out warfare for the wicked. The Lord is coming after you. The Lord is coming for you, man. That's why I don't pay to be evil, man, and wicked. Because you're going to have his day. What they say, every dog has his day, So look, hey, read that again, huh?
So James 2 and 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy.
And that judgment is coming without mercy, man. Lord don't give a damn how you feel, man. He don't care how many kids you got. He don't care how many women you got. He don't care how much money you got. When he judge you, he's going to judge you, man. You Edomites deserve the great punishment that the Lord going to give. You deserve whatever the Lord is going to give you, man. All right, when it comes down to him judging you, man. You devils are real, man.
Scriptures.
And the damn Jakes too, that choose for him to be their God. Y'all just as wicked as these devils. If that's who you want to follow, you're with his ways. You love the ways of this world. You are against the Lord. You're an enemy of the Lord, like James 4:4 says.
I was gonna say, scriptures say, riches profit nothing in the day of wrath, man. And Esau's gonna try to. I can see Esau trying to bribe the Lord, but it's not gonna happen, man. You could go ahead and use Jake all you want, but the Lord sees straight through that. So
Those devils gonna hide. They can't rob. They don't even want to stand. They don't even want to be seen.
shit.
They gonna hide.
So Luke chapter 16 verse 23, just getting into the parable to the point, it says, and in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. Here's the point. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame.
Shit.
So he's not even gonna be able to get that mercy, man. There's gonna be no form of mercy whatsoever, all right, for the Edomites, and that's thus saith the Lord, man. The only mercy they gonna get is when they get burnt off. Burnt off the face of the earth after the 1,000 years of holocaust slavery.
Yeah, you ain't getting a 20-second break. No 20-second breaks for you. That's a chariot. You seen that? It just disappeared. Yeah, I should have said something. It's one right
Look,
there.
and that just popped up right here.
See? You see? See?
That's what I'm saying. I knew.
See? That's what I was talking about. It disappeared. You saw it come back.
Yeah.
That's a chariot.
I knew.
I knew it before, that's what I thought. It popped up.
Not that one. That one. The other.
That one over there popped up.
It appeared, right? Yeah. I saw it disappear. Yeah.
It's probably another one over here somewhere.
Another quick precept. Obadiah verse 18. I'm reading in the New International Version. Jacob will be a fire and Joseph a flame. Esau will be stubble and they will set him on fire and destroy him. There will be no survivors from Esau. The Lord has spoken.
Spoke.
Slow it
What you
down.
gonna do about Obadiah? You know? What you gonna do about Obadiah? You know? The book of Obadiah.
I gotta read this bad boy again. It says, Jacob will be a fire and Joseph a flame. Esau will be stubble. What stubble is what? The material to help start the fire, man. You know, hey, you can use newspaper, right? Now get it going, then you can throw the water on top of it. Right? Jacob will be a fire and Joseph a flame. Esau will be stubble, and they will set him on fire and destroy him. There will be no survivors from Esau. The Lord has spoken.
Hey, I just imagine while you reading that, I'm imagining, you know, let's just say, I don't know, I'm just imagining, you know, we in the kingdom and that time comes, that 1,000-year period is up, and Edom is kind of wonder why Israel is rejoicing. You know, when Israel rejoices, it's gonna feel like an earthquake. You know, all that's uproar. Oh, what the hell's going on?
I said,
Next thing you know, we're taking east somewhere, they don't know where they're going. You know? Because think about it, man, look, they're going to try to haul ass if they find out that's the day they got to go.
You ain't gonna know.
They're going to be trying to get out of that shit.
Yep. Yeah, we won't let y'all free.
Spirit, man. They may even know that judgment day is coming for them, man.
Yeah.
They're going to destroy off the face of the earth, man, in the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're going to have knowledge of all things, man. And we're going to have to basically pretty much go into the book of the law and let them know, man. You know, this is going to be weighing heavy on their mind while they carrying out their 1,000 years of slavery, man. You know, of their judgment day, man. You know?
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie. When he read that scripture, it kind of, for some reason, it kind of reminded me of when Saul was given the order to kill off every Amalekite, and he didn't.
Yeah.
He left one. Lord ain't gonna do that, man. He's gonna make sure. He gonna make sure.
How about so hard is it?
Hey, even for that
See one crawling.
Even for that major transgression that he carried out, man, and didn't kill all the Amalekites, man. Look at the situation that we're in to this day, man.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Brothers going to be ready. Brothers going to be ready to get the water.
No mercy, man.
As soon as you get up,
Straight up.
You know, yeah, the little guys like pit bulls. Like, oh,
Yeah.
hey,
But brother might not even be like that. He might just be calm. Looking at you every second.
Straight up, yo.
It's over for your ass.
I was gonna say, scriptures say also like, what? Have no pity. We ain't gonna have no pity, man. We ain't gonna have no type of. We're gonna be on the hunter type spirit, man.
Got some most respect. Isaiah 31:8. I'm reading the New International Version. Going into a vocabulary I like. I read it. Said, Assyria, which is going into what? Esau, Edom, right? Down to modern day Assyrians, modern day Babylonians, modern day Egyptians. It says, Assyria will fall by no human sword. A sword not of mortals will devour them. They will flee before the sword, and their young men will be put to forced labor. Isaiah 31:8 in the New International Version. So again, it says Assyria will fall by no human sword, a sword not of mortals. So yeah, ain't gonna be tanks, you know, modern day sword, guns, right? Sniper rifles, nothing like that. It says, not of mortals will devour them. It's gonna be through spiritual powers, man. Right? Yahawashi says he's gonna come and take the kingdom, man. He said he shall not meet you as a man. He says they will flee before the sword, and their young men will be put to forced labor. Right? So the good roundup, man. We gonna round you devils up. We gonna put your asses to what? To forced labor. All right. To what? Ultimately, building up our kingdom. We're gonna be building buildings. All right. Paving the golden roads. This is all in the scriptures, man. right? Gonna be feeding the cattle, cleaning up damn dung everywhere, right? So that's what's to come, man. That's part of the patience and the faith of the saints. You know, that's what we sacrifice this whole world for, man. You know?
If he spoiled his own people, how much more which he loves? He says that he loved Jacob, that he hates Esau. If he spoiled his own people, how much more the people he hates? You know what I'm saying? Esau's gonna have it real bad, even worse than Jacob ever had it, because Jacob went through some horrible shit. How much more Esau that it says that he's gonna drink up his cup?
Hey, the Lord said drink thou also, man. You know? But that wasn't supposed to be our lot, though, you know? But the fact is that, you know, you did what you did. Now the Lord ultimately did it. But now, what more judgment is more for you to get back at, for the Lord to get back at what you did? But I got something right here. But the word of the Lord is beautiful, man, because here it is. You know, a lot of people used to kind of scoff at us for coming out of the King James version. But all these other versions, man, are really putting their place, man. And it's that's the spirit, man. And it's all words of the Yahawashi at the end of the day. But I got this is Psalms chapter 59. This is in the GNT. And it says, 59 and 5, Rise, Lord Almighty, come to my aid. See for yourself the power of Israel. Wake up and punish the heathen. Show no mercy to evil traitors. They come back in the evening. They snarling like dogs as they go about the city. Listen to their insults and threats. Their tongues are like swords in their mouth. Yet they think that no one hears them. But you laugh at them, Lord. You mock all the heathen. I have confidence in your strength. You are my refuge, O power. You know, and it's beautiful, man. How we go now with the spirit. We're going through like a lot of these other virgins, man, and it's saying it plainly, man. All right, what the Lord's ultimate heavenly intent is, man. You know, and you can't get around it.
This is it says this is Isaiah 60 and 1, but you know the blue letter will give you a little title. It says the future glory of Israel. It says, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahawah is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahawah shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and the kings to the brightness of thy rising. Lift up thou eyes round about and see, all they gather together. All they gather themselves together, they come to thee. Thou sons shall come from far, and thou daughters shall be nursed at thy side. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thy heart shall fear, and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. The multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, all they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold, incense, and they shall show forth praises of Yahawah. It says, all the flocks of Qadash shall be gathered together unto thee. It says, the rams of Nabaoth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on my altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Who are these that fly as a cloud, and as the doves to their windows? Surely the owls shall wait for thee, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thou sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of Yahawah thy power, to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall utterly be wasted, or shall be utterly wasted, excuse me. You know?
Hey, basically, the world's gonna be paying us tribute, man.
Right.
You know, that's gonna be our trading, man. Okay, because the forces of the Gentiles, they're gonna be coming from four corners of the earth, bringing their resources to us, man. That's tribute, man.
And what Apostle Tahar said, he said to really be blessed is to have slaves. So by them bringing in the force of the Gentiles, it's going to make you even blessed. You know, all Israel is going to be blessed in that day. You know?
Isaiah 49 and 22. Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles and set up my standard to the people. And they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. So showing that everything since the beginning all the way to the end and beyond into the kingdom is all about Israel, all for Israel, everything.
Right. We're going to go back to the ancient ways, right? You know, when they carried us, all that. You know, we're going to have those things. And we're going to have the new things, the chariots and spiritual powers, you know, but we're going to have an ancient way. That's what the Lord requires, the things of old. You know, because He really, hey, the Heavenly Father is doing that. So this new shit, Esau got is bullshit. Plastic cars, gas coming out of the back of the car. You know, it's really pollution. It's all destructive.
You know, you saw an example of this in 300 when the slaves were picking up Xerxes and shit, and that his huge platform and all that. Yeah. It's the same thing now. Our sons and daughters and us, we're gonna have that kind of treatment.
Hey, you're gonna be able to, you know, have your staff, and a slave you have to walk up with his head down. You know, he look at you. Get him. Okay, you look at me. You know?
They have one as a table.
Yeah.
Put your cup. I don't fucking that.
Now you gotta welcome that. You know, hey, I'll take your shoes off, man. Put them.
That's all. So Isaiah chapter 61 verse 5. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. You know, picking our grapes. We're all gonna have our own fields, man. That's another thing. Our own fields of grapes. You know, vegetables. That's how it was back in the days. You had who was that? Absalom. He burned down Joab's field, man, just to get his attention. But the point was, he had his own field of barley, man. You know, to where he could have his own bread, so he could go to no fucking store. And then he had servants and slaves that would what? That would pick all of it, man. You know, or if he had his own vineyard, they'll pick all the grapes and bring it together for your wine. You know, we're not going to be taking care of it, but that's going to be our fields, man.
Hey, imagine.
Brothers gonna have their own planets.
Yeah, brother, he just hyped it up. I'm talking about Earth. Another planet. I was going to say, every woman that you have is going to have servants, man. So imagine you got 1,000 women. All these women going to have servants, enough servants too, to serve them, man. Not just one or two. They're going to have enough of the heathen to serve them. Man.
I was gonna say, and Jacob, when you tell our people about these things, they'll have a problem with you. That's what shows how much the Stockholm syndrome is so deeply embedded. Like that Esau's not gonna be rejoicing in the heavens. That they got a problem with that. But then we tell them about the atrocities, and then it's like, oh, all that shit is behind us. They care less about the plight of our people than the heathen.
All right, I got some.
And the Lord's gonna come back, man, and pretty much unlock that next level, man.
Yeah.
You know, the mansions that the Lord is speaking about, man. You gotta come back and unlock that next level, man. We level up, you know.
You can imagine brothers, hey, I'll just be imagining, you know, they Lord willing come true, but brothers being with the Yahawah, right? And brothers be sitting there, everybody want to know, like, all right, we got everything here, but can we say something about the other planets, Yahawah?
This guy.
I mean, we is in the kingdom. We wait for him.
I got something. This is Revelations chapter 2 and verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keep my works until the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Hey, we got the blueprint, man. That's the blueprint. Keep the works until the end, man. We got the blueprint. We already know what's gonna happen. We know how it's gonna get played out. I mean, now we know through the spirit, but now we gotta actually gotta physically see it play out. You know, we just gotta hold fast, man, to what we learned, man, and not turn aside. You know,
It says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
you wanna get your head crack open, man.
Head crack.
You know, ain't no way around. There's no way around these scriptures, man. You know, this is gonna come to pass. Okay, the Lord is a man of war. Okay, now Esau's still preaching a doctrine of love, but meanwhile, everything that comes out his mouth is that damn L, man. Losing, just we losing, keep losing. Everything. This man has nothing good to say no more. Okay, this man is not the hump of the earth no more. That's it. He's done.
Right.
You know.
That's how you listen.
It says, even as I received of my Father.
I got some. This is Psalms 149:1. It says, praise ye Yahawah, sing unto Yahawah a new song, and his praises in the congregation of saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him.
Right.
Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. Let them praise his name in a dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbre and harp. For Yahawah taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and let a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people.
Can't get around that.
To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of iron, to execute upon them this honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahawah. BaHaSham, Yahawashi.
I see that one to the church. See that one to the church.
Dang, I got some. This is on 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6, and this is in the Common English Bible. Slack in verse 8. God raises the poor from the dust, lifts up the needy from the garbage pile. God sets them with officials, gives them a seat of honor. The pillars of the earth belong to the Lord. He sets the world on top of them. God guards the feet of his faithful ones, but the wicked die in darkness, because no one succeeds by strength alone. Isaiah 14:1. For Yahawah will have mercy on Jacob, and he will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, which the strangers here is going into guard, I believe, which is Israelites. All right? Is in the car of God.
Yeah, fake Christians will say that fake Christians will say that Israel's done away with. That that was in ancient times that he was dealing with that nation, but they betrayed the Lord, so he's not dealing with them no more. Right. It says that he will yet choose Israel. He's bound to that.
Yep. Which the word God, all right, goes back to also Moses' son who was born in a strange land. All right. So we know that the stranger here, because you got to look up the meaning of the words to know to get the understanding. All right. The stranger here is talking about Israelites. All right, so I'll read it again. It says, for Yahawah will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahawah for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they rule over their oppressors. They ain't no getting around it, man. The Lord probably, you and brothers put out so many scriptures on E going in captivity, not just E, but the other nations. So you think the Lord is going to allow Esau to have this future where we all transhumans, man? And here it is, he never got paid, judgment for what he's done. Hey, we got paid judgment for what we did. Look what the Lord did, man.
He scattered us, kicked us out of our land. He raised up a bastard nation against us, the ones we actually hate. And look, we're in their captivity right now, man. We was used, abused, misused, whatever, But guess what? Now's the time that we come back, man. And the Lord is actually fulfilling his promise because he's fulfilling prophecy, man. So those in the knowing can actually see that the Lord is doing the work. That's why it's important. It's important somebody get somebody speak.
I'm gonna lay it back on you, brother. You brought out Psalms 49, right? I'm gonna bring it out in the GMT. It's a point I want to make. This is Psalms 149 and 4. The Lord takes pleasure in his people. He honors the humble with victory. Let the Most High's people rejoice in their triumph and sing joyfully all night long. Let them shout aloud as they praise the Most High.
That song's 149.
Yep. With their sharp swords in their hands.
So ain't no getting around it,
right?
Any version, what version is that?
This is our GNT. Yep. It says, good news, right? And it says, to defeat the nations, and to punish the peoples, to bind their kings in chains and the leaders in chains of iron, to punish the nations as the Most High has commanded. This is the victory of God's people. Praise ye the Lord.
Yeah,
Not my Jesus.
But the Most High has commanded. The Most High has commanded, man.
And I want to bring up the part about victory because, that's that old Christian church thing. We got the victory. No, the real victory is putting our enemies in subjection, man.
Right.
Okay? As the scripture says. That's the victory of the Lord's people, man.
Not my Jesus.
Hey, somebody get John 10. And start at 25.
I had number 24.
Go ahead.
The number 24 and 18 to 20. It says, and Edom shall be a possession, and Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
Woo! Hey, we're getting our sexy back. We're getting our sexy back, man. And that energy is starting to come out in the earth, man. Really depend on the Lord, man. Because I went to some establishment, man. The white man was like, "Excuse me." He's like, and he's saying, "Excuse me" to me, and he wasn't even nowhere near me. It was just a little area, I guess, because I was minding that particular area where the merchandise was,
right.
And then he was like on a distance stuff, but he was like, trying to get out of my way, hey man, there's that soul blow.
Hey,
Soul blow.
Hey, it ain't our fault. The Lord said it, man. We shake our head and be at awe and praise Yahawah because this was the Lord doing it. He gets mad at us because we bring it out. They try to say, oh, we gonna do it. Well, guess what? The Lord is gonna do it. We can't do it unless the Lord put His Spirit on you to do it. The Lord has to do it. Matter of fact, the scripture tell you, and Zephaniah, he said, wait ye upon me till I rise up to the prey. He said, for my determination is to somebody get Zephaniah.
To gather the nations?
Bring it out. 3:8. Yeah. Got it. Oh, just hold that. Somebody get Zephaniah.
Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Yeah. So the Lord has said, wait ye upon him. So what are we doing? We're just messengers reading the scriptures, bringing out what the Lord said he was going to do, man. Right? The scriptures tell you in Wisdom of Solomon's 2nd chapter that even he knows that, as the scriptures say, we were made to reprove his thoughts. Here it is. He's coming with this agenda, but now the Lord prophets is out there speaking to Heavenly Father through Yahawashi's agenda and what he's going to do to the earth, the real ruler of the earth. And they pissed off with it. They want to take their attack out on us, but really they got to fight the one that's coming, which is Yahawashi. We're just messengers, man.
This is your friendly neighborhood spiritual weatherman. Letting you know the forecast. The forecast is your ass, Esau.
Hey, somebody got that content?
Verse
Yeah,
24.
10 and 25.
This is John chapter 10, verse 25. It says, Yahawashi answered them, I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me.
So the Lord said, he said, I told you, and you believe not. So for those that don't believe in the word and his gospel, you're not of the Lord's sheep. You know? Go ahead. Matter of fact, somebody get, it's like 1 Corinthians 4:2, something like that. I think 4:2. The God of this world. Yeah, yeah. Because it's important to believe, so go ahead.
Verse 26, but ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
So the Lord said, my sheep hear his voice, and he knows them, and they follow him. So that's why it's important for men, because there's a lot of different Israelite camps out here. It's important that you teach the truth according to Yahawah BaHaSham Yahawashi's word. Remember, Yahawashi is the word made flesh. All right? So if you're going against Bible prophecy, then you're not of Yahawashi. You're not of his sheep. Right? Because Yahawashi said there, this is his words. He said, if my sheep hear my voice, I know them, and they follow me. So you got to teach the truth. And another thing that comes to mind is Elder Apostle Tahar and all the apostles, starting with Apostle Tahar, they always mention that the elect is going to come up out of these false camps. You know, these false prophets. Because recently you had some brothers, I don't know who they is, I seen another video, South Carolina, Rawchaa, how them dudes mentioned that they can see that the MOTV is
you watching the video, yeah. I think it was on, yeah.
You know? Yeah, and that's good, you know, because now you got men that are standing for truth. Because at this point, to be honest, man, it's evident what the MOTV is. There's no more debates. If you go and watch the world leaders and what they're talking about with the CBDC, carbon footprint, social credit, and then they're changing the system, it's evident, man. It's just gradualism and conditioning. If you that naive or you that blinded, the Lord got you blinded for a reason, man. It don't make sense. It's not take rocket science, man. We can clearly see what the MOTV is, man. You know? So go ahead, finish that, huh? It's a little more.
John 10.
John 10 and 28. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand.
So you see, you can't pluck the Lord's sheep, the Lord's elect out of his hand. You know? So go ahead.
My Father which gave them me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand.
You can't pluck these men from Yahawashi, and you damn sure can't pluck these men from the Most High's hand. And remember, Yahawah gave these men to Yahawashi, so they handpicked by the Heavenly Father. Starting with the prophets, man. Speaking about the prophets, the men of the Lord. You know? Because of course you're going to have women, children being saved, the 1/3, you know, the elect. But it starts with those men. And it really starts with those men, which are the prophets. You know? Because the Lord said, you know, scripture, he revealed the secret to his sons, the prophets. Who's his, you know, right hand? The prophets. You know, that's who he speaks to. You know?
Yeah, quick reset. Yeah, and then this is the other flip side of it, the 2/3 and the world. 2 Timothy 3 and 4 or 3 and 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. The same way that on the right hand side, that light is going forth to gather the elect. On the left hand side, if evil men are becoming worse and worse, false prophets becoming worse and worse, so they're deceived themselves, like brothers are bringing out. Because you got to be deceived, or a demon on you, or for pride, ego, whatever it may be. You're here setting stumbling blocks, so you're deceiving yourself if you think you can get away with that. That's against the law. That's literally in the Torah. You can't set stumbling blocks before your brother. So you're deceived. You got blood on your hands, and you're deceiving others. But the ones that you're deceiving are the ones outside the Lord's hand. They're the undesirables anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say perfect example too is those two dudes that said that that they're already the elect and that, and all that stuff like that.
Buggers just trying to make a name for themselves and shit.
They still going.
Still going.
A lot more.
They saying a lot, worse and worse.
It's like, because that's the thing. It's like a a tire with a hole in it. When the spirit's being removed from you, it's like, that's it. Now you're going to start losing air. It's just going to be taken out of you. You start losing the name, start losing this, start losing that. Then you end up for a full bug out.
And Satan's the captain of that ship.
Verse 14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. So it's critical to know of whom you've learned and to continue in it. So you're supposed to check and question your teachers and really seek out thoroughly. The scriptures repeatedly say, seek and you shall find. A lot of y'all don't even seek. It's like Nate said it, that's it. That's God. Y'all bug outs, because even our apostles and elders encourage us to ask questions, to seek out, not just to take their word for it. Seek out the scriptures. If you don't have teachers like that, you're dealing with false prophets.
Hey, I'll say this too. You know, the Lord, man, he set up these false prophets, and we just read how you can't pluck the Lord's elect, so they can't deceive them very well. So they're really, you know, you're only fooling the ones who the Lord don't want. And then you're gonna get destroyed behind that. You know?
That's crazy, man. Trying to go fast with it, you know? I got some, this is what you call for, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, I'm sorry, the top, 4 verse 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not. You know, and really the ministry basically what? Is knowing that the MOTB is that I'm seeing it, man. You know, and the guys that are being deceived by that, obviously you're not part of the elect, man. You know, we're not going to keep going back and forth striving with you, bro. But it's going to go in the ears of the elect that understand what that is, man. And they're going to come about it, whatever madness they're caught up in.
Yeah, another thing too, man, it's important to teach the truth right now, because who say you got time to repent? You know, I mean, you can repent still in the time of repentance, but after you deceive the world with all this madness and false doctrine, you know, when you repent, you want to correct them. Correct that. Like us brothers here, we mess up on something, easily go back into the video, say Salakia, messed up, just to correct, you know, what you went off of. But, you know, you deceiving all these people for all these years with this doctrine, and you got family members and with their children, women, men, with their wives, and they telling their children this, the lights go out, your work is sewn up. You sew, that's your work. Evil work.
Bags.
Yup.
I got something back here. Revelation 22:10. And he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And this is the words of Yahawashi himself in the red. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be. According as his work shall be. So just like the brother said, once the grades are in, that's it. That's what you're going to get.
Hey, and just like the apostles said, man, a lot of these guys that go off on the doctrine, man, here it is, you got so many people that are picking them up, man. You still got guys, people that are following these false camps, man, concerning the MOTB, man. You got people bigging them up, man. Those people are all in gross darkness, man. I'm gonna finish up on this. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 2. But we have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully.
Hey, you guilty, bro. These guys that are going back because they don't want to take reproof well, you got pride, you know you see it, but you like, no, I'm not about to let them get that. I ain't about to apologize to my congregation and let GMS get that because they thinking on a carnal mind, carnal level. You guilty. Because once this go into your mind, the Lord is already knowing your thoughts. He knows that you know. But then you still choose. This is where you wax worse. Because now you still choose to go against the Lord. You know, you kicking against, you're trying to go against Yahawah. Now, Yahawah can show mercy if you up there as elect, but then the Lord don't have to show mercy. He showed mercy to Paul, but not everybody's Apostle Paul, you know? So you playing a dangerous game, man, because they know they see it. It's
And pride's going to get these guys destroyed, man. You know, pride's going to get these guys destroyed. And Sabbath, you too, man. You trying to fly under the radar, man. You know, because your doctrine goes right along with these other guys too, man. And you're quiet these days, man. You know? I'm going to read it again. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 2. But we have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully, but by manifestation of truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of Yahawah.
That's GreatMillStone.
You see what I'm saying, though?
But that's the truth. That's exactly what the apostles, starting from the apostles to Tahar and on down. That's what the brothers of GreatMillStone are doing. This work that's going out every day is proving the scriptures, man. Getting into the news, chopping and going into the scriptures, feeding you, edifying you, man.
Every man's conscience, which is why you got devils like Elon Musk trying to put that brain seed to counter that. That's his way of trying to take over your conscience.
And then it said like no craft. And then when Yahawashi saw Nathaniel, he said an Israelite indeed in whom is no guile. When you go into the word guile, it's going into pretty much craftiness and so forth. So these other camps, they use that craft to ultimately to reel you in with what the pretty much the extracurricular shit. You know, like the rap albums. Now you could be a reality TV star, man. You know, they got IUIC reality. That's the craftiness, that's the gown, man. You don't need that in order to be a fisher of men. All you need is the truth. And once again, that's GreatMillStone, man. We don't have fun days, fun days and shit like that to trying to track you and your whole family so that you can come in and join the camp. That's an Israelite with God.
It says,
Hold
but
up.
Oh, you didn't finish your piece?
yeah, we'll finish it up. So you gotta bring on the piece up.
Just grab it out. We're gonna wrap it up.
It ain't quick. This could be a closing one right here.
Okay.
Go right to it.
All right. It says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach Yahawashi, whom is the image of the Most High, shall shine unto them.
Right. Hey, because really, somebody get real quick, get St. John 4:21. And read what Yahawashi said. We pray this out all the time, but read what Yahawashi said to the woman that
Yeah, right
fell.
here.
Go ahead,
This is John 4:21. It says, Yahawashi saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh, when ye shall neither in this mountain, nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
Right, go ahead.
But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
The true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and truth. That's the elect. Go ahead.
It says, For the Father seeketh such to worship him.
And that's important to understand. The Father seeketh such to worship him, because these are the ones that's going to worship the Father in spirit and truth. So really, at this point in this timeline, and this at Esau's end, the Lord is only looking for his elect. The rest of 2/3, he gonna destroy them, man. But he gonna bring them back. So really, even he gonna bring them back. So really, even from this, you can get John 17. Somebody can hold that on deck real quick, because Yahawashi went into it and actually told you. He said, I pray not for them, I pray for them, I pray not for the world. So Yahawashi is praying for those that the Father had given to him. So this is why we tell you about the Lord's elect. And a lot of these other camps, they don't really get into the topic of the Lord's elect. Not all Israel gonna be saved, man. So all the gimmicks, all that stuff is really deceiving. You're trying to show people you the top camp, or you got all this what you call it, all these things in the camp that you can join and do all this and that. You're really deceiving the people. You know what it is? Jake loved entertainment. Brothers here at GreatMillStone do a video straight to the point. Put a little picture, you might see him or you don't see him, or he might put the scriptures up and he just reading the scriptures. They don't want to see that. They want to see some exclusive shit. Some action going on. And that's what grabs their ear, but that's what grabs their eye and ear, but what that is, they're not learning anything. They just watching for entertainment. They're not actually eating the word with faith. They hear the scriptures, but are you really understanding the scriptures, for yourself? So a lot of these guys, they do the theatrics and shit like that, and they do the IUIC, they got you know,
Titles and
and then you got the battle. I keep saying battle rap, but you got the debate going on. All this shit is deceiving you, man. Because you're supposed to seek the truth and eat this word, man. So what I say, somebody read it.
oh yeah, they said verse 24, God is a spirit, the Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
In spirit and truth, John 17 and 1.
And like, just to add to you real quick, like how I said, the scripture say eat the whole roll.
Yeah.
Not have little sampling platters.
Right.
You know, they just want to sample out the truth. Pastor Hart covered that dude and his wife, who they said the reason why they chose GLCC or whatever is because they say they don't preach polygamy. So you choose little things that you like and you want to pretty much be compatible to what can't fit you, man.
Right.
Instead of the actual truth.
Right. And Yahawashi. You're supposed to seek Yahawashi. If you're supposed to know who you worship, man. I want to know the power that I worship. I would like to know his mannerism or what his way is. I need to know what I'm into. These guys not really, they don't care for that. They just want to be down, man. And that's when you're going off. But go ahead,
Right? That goes to Amos 3 and 6, how the Lord said what he revealed the secrets to the service of prophets.
And really, it really goes back to the scripture where the Lord said in John 4, the Father seeketh such to worship him. Those that worship him in spirit and truth. It ain't for them on this side. It's only for the elect. You know, so go ahead.
John chapter 17.
But don't get it twisted. The Lord is still warning them. You know, the Lord is still telling them, man. You know, go ahead.
John chapter 17 verse 9 says, I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them.
Start at one.
Okay, John 17 and verse 1. These words spake Yahawashi, and lifted up his eyes to heaven, and said, Father, the hour is come, glorify thy Son, that thy Son also may glorify thee.
So Yahawashi is supposed to be glorified too. We got some of his camps men, upset the fact that we glorifying Yahawashi. Are you crazy? Yahawashi speaking to the Father, man, saying, look, I told them to you, glorify me as well. Yahawashi is to be glorified too. That's why we say Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. It's not Yahawashi the one coming back mighty to save. If you don't get saved by Yahawashi, you ain't getting saved. So what the hell? Go ahead.
Verse 2, because thou hast given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him.
See that?
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
And this is life eternal, that they might know thee, the only true power, and Yahawashi HaMashiach, whom thou hast sent. I've glorified thee on the earth, I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was.
So showing you how I was there from the beginning.
Verse 6, I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were.
Whom thou gavest me out of the world. So the Heavenly Father handpicked certain men to be given to his Son. Go ahead.
Thine they were, and thou gavest them me. And they have kept thy word.
They have kept thy word. Go ahead.
Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me.
And this also cuts those Christians that believe Yahawashi and the Most High is one, meaning one spirit. Yahawashi is not the Most High. He's actually talking to the Father here, letting them know that, look, I told them everything that you did. I told them all about you, so therefore, if they glorify you, glorify me, Remember, Yahawashi is the door, which the Apostle Bar brought out, which is edifying, man. Never really thought about it until he said it. The door is the mind. So Yahawashi got to come to your mind. He has to come and open you up.
It says, for I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee.
See? He made sure he mentioned the Father every time, man. All right? Because he was no man that kept a reputation. He gave it up, man. He was humble, man.
Yeah, there's not the Lord having an episode of schizophrenia, like you stupid Christians think. But he's always talking to himself about himself. Yeah. He's just like here bugging out, talking to himself about himself.
Yeah, why?
Praying to himself, like, come on, man, y'all bunch of bug outs.
You got something real quick?
Yeah. This is Philippians 2 and 5. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Yahawashi HaMashiach, who being in the form of Yahawah, of power, thought it not robbery to be equal with Yahawah, but made himself of no reputation and took upon him the form of a servant. He was made in the likeness of men.
Right. Yahawashi came to do the work of the Father. You know, he didn't make himself equal, man. So he let it be known the power that he had is from the Father, man. So worship the Father, but also glorify him.
Like you said, I'm the way.
Right.
Like you were saying that this is the closest that you're gonna get to the Father. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm that dude, yeah.
The mediator. Because the Father made him the door. The Father made him to be that doorkeeper, man. You know? So anybody got a problem with Yahawashi, you got a problem with the Heavenly Father.
Even those demons that was on Legion, when they saw Yahawashi, they ran over to him and bowed down to him and worshiped him.
So you can just imagine the spirit world. Just think, you know, that they know Yahawashi is Most High's faithful.
Only begotten.
So if you did, you cross his path, you know, they tremble. Lord, is it our time yet? So those spirits know from the spirit world that this right here, you fuck around, you gone, you out of there. You know? Even the spirits tremble, man. And then you got prideful men. That's crazy. You know? But go ahead, I can finish it.
It says, verse 8, for I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and I have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, they are thine.
So why do Yahawashi say, I pray not for the world? Because he's talking about those who the Father gave him, man. You know? And when you go into that word world, it's cosmos. So it's a world within the world, man. You got the world and the alignment of the stars, the planets. Then you got a fish world, the animal world, a bird world. You know, Esau even show you in Discovery Channels, the bird world, you know, bird wars. You know, they always show you the world of just birds. So if you look from a bird's point of view, they have their own sort of way. You know, they have their own world. They got the different other birds they fight against who are prey and predators. You know, the Lord set it up to where it's a world within world. So it's just going into the meaning of the word world. You know,
I was gonna say Salak. Well, I think even Apostle Paul said, he said, they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. I want to show you how Israel, the elect, is like the world within the world.
Right. Yeah, you're chosen within the chosen. Yeah. And then on top of that, the Lord chosen a special people unto himself. So all Israel itself, he gave them law, statutes, and commandments. He has chosen one seed, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He has only dealt with Amos 3. I only dealt with you. So therefore, I'll punish you for all your iniquity. So therefore, the word of, you know, receiving the laws make you holy. So, you know, and keeping it with righteousness and, you know, keeping the law, the word holy means to be set apart. So what are you set apart from? The world. You're set apart from the heathens. You know? The word profane means outside the temple. You know? So, you know?
Yeah, that word cosmos, well, one of the words to describe it is sect. S-E-C-T. So sect, sector, section. It's a part of something, you know? So the Lord's world that he's dealing with is that sector, that section of Israel, but primarily the elect.
Right. And Yahawashi, what you have to say, you have to keep reminding these stupid Christians that Yahawashi, who the world Hebrew calls JC, the Messiah, he was a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah. So he's actually a son of the lineage of Jacob. Jacob had sons. Yahawashi come from the tribe of Judah. So who did he come for? These people. And the elect of these people on this side. That's just the way the Most High designed it. Because the Lord ain't dealing with all Israel this time. That's just the way it is. That's the scriptures, man. That's what's written, man.
And if you're a real so-called Christian seeking and seeking to get understanding and go into the meaning of words, you would ask yourself, is the word contradicting itself here? What does it mean that pray not for the world, but then John 3:16, the go-to verse of every Christian, is for God so loved the world. So what does it mean? You got to understand that John 3:16 is talking about that world of perfection, that paradise of the elect, for that world, that everything is going to be perfect righteousness. That's who he gave his son for. Not for the wickedness, not so you just have a pass for men to go on each other's ass, and or how Esau promotes that it's okay, that love is love. No, that's wickedness.
I was gonna.
Esau got to be punished for that. You got to be punished for that, for spreading forth these lies of the gospel. You know, having the whole world think that, you know, any nation, you know, that any nation of people can come to the Lord. The Lord ain't dealt with any other nation besides Israel.
So,
You know, this word is for our people. It's not for the Edomites. You know, now check this out. You have Israelite foreigners, we call it, because you have Israelites that do look like the other nations. So you might see a woman that look like she's Chinese, but her spirit goes back to being an Israelite. Guess what? This word is for her. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, man. It's like you might see a man, or an Edomite. You might call him an Edomite, but his spirit goes back to being a Jake. This word is for him. You know? But the word is for Israel, man. All right? Not no actual heathen, an Ishmaelite, or a Hamite, or a Japhite, or an Edomite. You know? That's the point.
I was gonna say real quick too, is that the scriptures also say that the world was made for our sakes, and that the heathen is made for what? To a sword to beat upon us, because the Lord saw that we were doing wicked. So in our reality, the world revolves around the Israelites.
Right.
In our reality.
Right.
So yeah. Okay.
Hey, so with that, man, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
Double honors to our apostles, bishops, and GreatMillStone who rule well. Salutations to the Lord's elect. Shalom.
Shalom.